Shalom Yeladim, hi friends. It is almost the holiday of Shavuot, the day when Hashem gave us the Torah. Shavuot is also the day when the neshama of a very great king came to this earth and went up to Shamayim. His name was David HaMelech. He wrote the book of Tehillim, the book which we used to sing songs and daven to Hashem. And it is also the yortzeit of another big tzaddik, Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov. Before Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov was born, his daddy and mommy, his Abba and Ima, they didn't have any children and they were very old. Oh, I wish we had a little boy or a little girl. Yeah, but Hashem hasn't blessed us yet with any children, and we're very old. Let's just serve Hashem with joy and happiness and try to help people as much as we can. Children, Rebbe Eliezer, who was the Baal Shem Tov's father, was a very big tzaddik. He learned Torah as much as he could all the time. And his mother, Sarah, was a big tzaddiket. And together, they tried to help out people as much as they could. They always kept the mitzvah of Ahavat Yisrael. They would go to shul and they would see poor people and they would say, "Oh, please, would you like to come to my house for Shabbat lunch or the Leil Shabbat meal? Thank you so much, Rebbe Eliezer. You are so kind to me. I was so worried. I thought I had nowhere to go to eat." And even though that Rebbe Eliezer and Sarah were not rich, they still invited people. Sarah would go and find all the old people or the poor people and say, "Would you like to come to my house for a meal?" "Wow, thank you so much, Sarah. That's so kind of you. Thank you, thank you." And they would set a beautiful white tablecloth and they would bring out wonderful wine and challah and lots of different drinks and food. One Shabbat, Rabbi Eliezer and Sarah come to shul, and everybody was in shul Shabbat morning davening, and they said, "Oh, please Hashem, I hope you help us get a guest, to bring a guest home for our Shabbat meal." And all of a sudden, walking in to shul on Shabbat, all of a sudden, walking into shul, carrying his walking stick and his bag, was a simple Jew. And he said, "Hello, I just arrived from far away." And it was Shabbat morning. And the other people, they didn't like it. They said, "Oh, he traveled on Shabbat, carrying his walking stick. Oh, he doesn't know that you can't do that on Shabbat. Oh, I'm not going to talk to him. I'm going to stay far away from him." And children, the poor man in shul, nobody came to talk to him because everybody thought he was walking on Shabbat with his walking stick and coming from far away. There's no Eruv in our town. And nobody wanted to talk to him and make him comfortable. But Rebbe Eliezer right away ran over to him and he said, "My friend, would you like to come to be my guest and eat at my house?" "Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I want to come. Yes, I'm coming." He wasn't very polite, children, but Rebbe Eliezer didn't mind. And he pulled out a nice white tablecloth Sarah had set, and all the guests came and sat around the table. And Sarah said, "Everybody, welcome. Thank you for coming to us. We are so happy you've joined us for the Shabbat meal." And they set out like nice challah and the wine and brought out a lovely kiddush cup. And Rebbe Eliezer was about to pick up the wine and make kiddush when all of a sudden the guest who had arrived on Shabbat with his package. Said, "Oh, I want that. Give me that. Oh, yeah, I want more." Anyway, he took the wine bottle. And he was being very impolite. He didn't behave nicely. He said, "Oh, yum, yum. Thank you so much. Good, good. Is there any more?" And everybody was shocked and horrified. The other guests thought, "Oh, whoa, this guest is so impolite. Doesn't he have any manners? That's not nice." He grabbed the cup out of Rabbi Eliezer's hand. And of course, Sarah had put on the table delicious, yummy challah. And the guest, as soon as he washed his hands, this guest that nobody knew who he was, came. He said, "Oh, challah, yum, yum, good." And he started gobbling and making a mess. And when they brought out the nice drinks, he said, "Oh, yum, yum." And he made a horrible mess, and he was very inconsiderate of other people. And everybody else, all the other guests, were thinking, "This guest isn't nice. Why doesn't Rabbi Eliezer make him leave? He should tell him, 'Go away. You're not nice.' He should have said, 'You came on Shabbat with your walking stick and your bag. You have to leave.' But Rabbi Eliezer didn't do that. And now he's being so rude. He's not being polite." But Rabbi Eliezer kept being nice to the new guest. And he kept saying, "Can I get you anything else? Would you like anything else?" He says, I need another towel to wipe my hands." "Oh, no worries. Here's the tablecloth." And he took poor Sarah's beautiful white tablecloth. And he took his chocolate-covered hands from all the chocolate dessert that Sarah made. And he covered it in chocolate smudges. And he made a whole mess. And he said, "Oh, good, good, lovely, thank you." And he fell fast asleep. And my dear guest is sleeping. I'm going to be very nice to him and let him sleep. Shh. Nobody wake him up. And the whole Shabbat, he made sure that his guest was nice. Everyone was feeling good. And everybody was very surprised. They said, "Look, wow, Rabbi Eliezer does this great mitzvah of Hachnasat orchim, even to somebody who is not so nice." After Shabbat, children, the guest woke up and he said, "Rabbi Eliezer, I want to tell you something very special. Please come." And he was being very polite. And Rabbi Eliezer came and he said, "Also let Sarah come." And Sarah came and he said, "I'm not really a simple person. I'm really the Malach Eliyahu Hanavi, sent from Shamayim to test you. Hashem sent me to see if you will do the mitzvah of Hachnasat orchim, inviting guests, even to someone who's being so rude. But this is what I look like inside. I am really the Malach Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu the angel. And Hashem sees that you did the mitzvah of Hachnasat orchim so nicely. Hashem is going to give you a big blessing. In a year's time, you're going to have a little baby boy, and you should name him Yisrael." And true enough, children, even though Eliezer and Sarah were very, very old, it didn't sound like medically they could have children anymore because they were so old. The doctors told them, "Oh, you can't have a baby. Only younger people can have a baby." But because they did the mitzvah of Hachnasat orchim, Hashem sent for Sarah and for Eliezer a beautiful baby boy, little Yisrael. But children, Yisrael's mommy, she was very old and she passed away when he was very, very, very little. And Shama went up to Shamayim. And then children, also his daddy, his Abba, his tati, Rabbi Eliezer was very old. And just before he went up to Shamayim, he wasn't feeling well. And he was very sleepy. We'll put his eyelids almost closed. But you could just see still a little bit. And he said, little Yisrael. You know, Mori's going to use a bigger puppet. Here he is as a baby. And here's Yisrael when he's 5 years old. So he was about 5 years old when his daddy was very sick. He said, little Yisrael, I want to tell you something. Something you should always remember. You should always remember. Never be afraid of anyone other than Hashem. Hashem is the one that runs the whole world. And everything happens because Hashem makes it happen. So never be afraid of anyone other than Hashem. And little Israel said, of course, Daddy, of course. And then he said to him also, always remember, Ve'ahavta le'reacha kamocha. Love every Jew like you love yourself. Know that every single Jew has a part of Hashem inside of them. A neshama, a chelek Eloka mimal mamash. Just like we love Hashem, there's a little part of Hashem inside every Jew. And we must always have Ahavat Yisrael and love every Jew like you love yourself. And little Yisrael said, yes, of course, Daddy, of course. And then his daddy, he became very old. And he too, his neshama, went up to Shamayim to be close to Hashem. And the nice people of the town children, they were kind. They saw that little Yisrael didn't have a daddy and mommy anymore. So they would try to take care of him. And they said, little Yisrael, we loved your daddy and mommy so much. Such great tzaddikim, come, we'll take care of you. And they were very kind to him, children. But little Yisrael loved to go out to the fields and the forests and sit and learn Torah quietly on his own. He loved to go out to where all the mountains were and the rivers and the lakes and maybe the birds, and there he would learn Torah. Now, children, of course, we need to be safe. We don't go places alone without our daddy and mommy, right? We always have to be very safe, hold our daddy's hand, our mommy's hand, to have somebody big watch over us. We don't run out of the house alone and say, bye, I'm playing alone. We need to stay close to our daddy and mommies. But little Israel Baal Shem Tov, he was special. He lived a long time ago, and there were no cars back there or anything like that. But of course, we don't go anywhere on our own. We always need to be extra safe, right? And especially now, we have to always remember to practice safety rules. Right, children? We always need to practice safety rules and be very, very safe, especially during this time when we need to be extra careful, to wash our hands, right? Let's look through some of the safety rules of what we need to do to stay safe. So the first thing is, children, we never go anywhere alone, right? I know I'm telling you the story of the Baal Shem Tov who went on his own as a little boy, but he was a special, unique case, and he lived many years ago. Today, we don't go anywhere on our own. We stay with our daddy and mommy or babysitter or somebody big, an older brother or sister. And if we go in the car, we always wear our seat belts to stay safe. And if we go bike riding, we put on a helmet. We make sure to drink lots of water, especially as the weather is getting warmer now. We have to make sure to stay hydrated and drink a lot. And of course, something the doctors keep telling us nowadays is do plenty of hand washing, right? Washing our hands very often, and we're very hygienic. We brush our teeth every morning when we wake up, every night before we go to sleep, and we keep our hands very clean also by cutting our nails often. Whenever mommy wants to cut our nails, we say, sure, we cut our nails. And of course, if we want to cross the street, we cross safely by the traffic light. We make sure that someone big is helping us cross. So there's a traffic light and we cross like that. And when we play, children, we got plenty of fresh air. We go outside to play with our brothers and sisters. And when we'll be allowed to play with our friends and go out, again, even though we might play with our friends, we have to stay close to our daddy and mommies. And as the weather gets warmer, if we get the lovely chance of going to the swimming pool, We never go in the water alone. We make sure that somebody big is watching over us and protecting us. Now, children, coming back to the story of the Baal Shem Tov, right? I just wanted to go through some safety rules because I wanted to make sure everybody remembers that the first mitzvah that Hashem tells us to stay safe. We have to take care of ourselves. Always be very healthy and safe and listen to your daddies and mummies. But little Israel used to say, I want to go out where I can be alone and daven to Hashem. And so he would go to the beautiful countryside all on his own. And over there used to be all different lovely animals he liked to play with. Sometimes there were cats or little foxes, or there used to be some mountain goats. He used to love seeing the mountain goats. Meh, meh. And sometimes he would watch the eagles in the sky, and he was able to learn Torah. One day, little Yisrael was alone in the forest, and he was so happy to be there because he could concentrate and learn Torah. He knew a lot of Torah Baal Peh, like the 12 Torah Psukim, like Torah Tziva Lanu Moshe Marasha Kilat Yaakov. And all of a sudden, there came from behind a tree a big grizzly bear. It wasn't safe, and little Yisrael wanted to scream, I'm so scared. He wanted to, but he didn't. And he wanted to quickly run, but he didn't. But then he remembered, 1 second. I remember my daddy taught me. He taught me never be afraid of anyone. Only Hashem. Know that Hashem is watching over you no matter where you go. And always have Ahavat Yisrael. And listen, little Yisrael didn't run. And he didn't scream, he just stood very still. And in his heart, he davened to Hashem and he said, Hashem, I know you brought this grizzly bear. You made it come. Please, Hashem, protect me, make it go away. And as he davened calmly, Hashem made the bear go away. And little Yisrael was protected and he thanked Hashem. And when he grew up, children, little Yisrael became Yisrael Baal Shem Tov, great Yisrael who taught everybody lots of Torah, and he always taught us these two things, that Hashem is always everywhere. Hashem never leaves us alone. Hashem doesn't watch over us from Shamayim. Hashem is here with us. He always does for us. Ahavat. Oh, sorry. And also we have to have the mitzvah of Ahavat Yisrael. And then children, Baal Shem Tov made sure that many rabbis after him continued to teach us Torah. Here are some of the big rabbis, the big rebbes, who have taken the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, and with the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, they've taught us all about Hashem and about Ahavat Yisrael. And you know what, children? Be'ezrat Hashem, by learning Torah and following the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, very soon Hashem will bring for us Mashiach. Thanks for listening.